Ray Charles. Ray Charles, you live.
All right. Hey, how y'all doing? We're live. How y'all doing? Hey, Mick. So what's the status on my guest?
What you say?
I said, what's the status on guest? Is she on with me?
She is now.
Well, anyway, oh,
She on with you now, Rick.
you can hear me better now?
She on with you, Rich.
All right. All right, everybody, how y'all doing? Welcome to No One Was Sentenced to Death. This is a podcast that we do every Tuesday leading up to June the 15th, which is a Wednesday, and we're going to have a No One Was Sentenced to Death rally on the Capitol stairs in Lansing, Michigan. Now, what I mean by no one was sentenced to death, I'm talking about the COVID-19 and the treatment of the prisoners in Michigan and all around the country, to be exact. But right now, my thing is Michigan. Now, the reason why I'm having guests like Michelle Pierce come on here is so they can tell their stories. It's a lot of different organizations that has a lot of different movements going on against this injustice system that our loved ones are currently prisoners in. I mean, none of them was sentenced to death, and it needs to be very clearly explained. And this also goes for nursing homes. The COVID did not start inside of the prisons and then circulate into our everyday lives. It did not start inside of those nursing homes and then it saturate out until these streets. It was brought in. So, and the prison point, the reason why I say no one was sentenced to death, no one was sentenced to death is because there's all kinds of warnings about spacing and 6 feet this, 6 feet that. They're not 6 feet given in those living quarters. I feel that they should open up the single cells, and the kickback is it costs too much. Lives over profit, which when you are a person that seeks profit, it ain't too good. But when you're a person like me that know how to, do what you gotta do day to day or whatever, or lives over profit. So that's how I feel. When we got the other side, like I said, who into making profit over lives. That's what it all comes down to. The reason why they closed the single cells was because they could pay the same amount of guards to watch double and triple the amount of prisoners. That's all it was. It was a money thing. All of the overcrowding in this situation is because of profit over lives. It's sad. And that's just like our school. When you have classrooms with 30 and more kids in there to one or two teachers versus classrooms that have 15 to 18 and 2 to 3, like a teacher and 2 teachers aide. Go to be a different in advancement. The same thing with this. The more people you have that you're jumping around with COVID, instead of putting them into isolation so they can clear themselves and then putting them back in the general population or however they all have them to avoid it, you don't do it. So I had to put this podcast together. And I don't know what's going on with my guest, but my guest is just going to be her second time coming on here. And the first time she came on here, her testimony was so powerful that one of my very influential friends that is currently running for office in Flint called me up and said that she wanted to do a show and have a talk with Michelle. My co-host, to where whenever she tuned in today, she wanted to sit down and conversate with Michelle. And of course, Mr. Trying to do too much, I need to conversate with Michelle because Michelle can give me updates about what's been going on inside of these prisons. Michelle can give me updates about organizations that I need to bring on this show like hers, so they can let people know and make people aware of their cause, of their hardships, of their displeasure of our criminal injustice system in Michigan. I'm trying to reach out to all. I'm trying to have an army because it's going to take an army to get them to listen, because this shouldn't have to be done. These have been unfairly written laws against us as far as sentencing and all that stuff goes for too many years, too many generations, and especially my generation, the children of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, destroyed, not taken the place of, but destroyed. My generation, the children of Malcolm X, Dr. Martin Luther King. Talk to our kids like they are brothers and sisters. Get treated by some of our kids like we ain't even human. Didn't bring them into the world. Our fathers and mothers were the first ones to become man and woman working, man taken out of the house. Our mothers and our fathers were Dr. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X age. Now we come along. We can't even stay with our high school sweetheart for a year after graduation.
Rich, you got any questions
Like
for
I
Michelle?
said, ain't no family dinners. You know, some people may do it, but as a whole, ain't no family deal. There's a whole lot of traditional, and when it comes to these children, there is a mental condition that's going on that needs to be talked about. Hey, how you doing? I thought I seen somebody. Well, anyway.
Hey, Rich, you was talking so much. I was trying to tell you to ask Michelle something. She done fell off.
Okay. She fell off again? So it's just a lot that, you know, people need to stand up for these injustices that's going on. And let me tell y'all something. A lot of these issues people are putting together petitions for. Now, once they put this stuff on petitions, it's going to the ballot. That's why it needs to be more podcasts, and that's why I'm trying to pull them in, because it's going to take a whole lot of work. Now, let me explain this to those people who ain't interested in politics when it comes to criminal justice. And these judges and these prosecutors get elected. These judges and prosecutors get elected. So whether you vote or you don't vote, the decisions that they make affect your lives. So you need to be heard. And it's a shame that they make it so hard to get initiatives like this put on the ballot. Because what they do is they heighten the requirements. The requirements is similar, or probably the same, as it is to running for office. They got to be a registered voter, to sign that petition. If they are not a registered voter, they cannot sign that petition, and they can't. But this is a chance for those that don't vote to voice their opinion. Later on, I'll be all in your face talking about you need to vote, you need to vote. But right now, it's more importantly that you be heard. And it's very important that these young people learn and start to understand, just because they are nonchalant, the decisions that are being made affects their livelihood. It affects whether or not they're going to be successful or not. Anybody? I'm gonna take these sunglasses. Man, the sun is hot out here. Can't even see, the sun's so bright I can't even see off the screen, man. I can't even see off the screen. What time is it? So, anyway, later on today at 8 o'clock, we got Michael Anderson coming on. He has a brother that's in prison in Michigan who has served 44 years of good time. Now, I know many people who have been locked up before. This brother has served 44 years of good time for a crime he didn't commit. No infractions for 44 years. So he has an organization called Us Behind the Walls. And he's going to come on at 8 o'clock tonight, and he's going to explain about some of the things that he's doing to help fight for prison reform in the state of Michigan, and also around the country, because right now he's stationed out of Beverly Hills, California. Excuse me. Hey, Michelle. How you doing? Hey, Michelle. I can't hear you.
You hear me, Rich? Okay, how are you?
Rich, I think she having a problem with her what's her name, man. So while you taking 2 and 3 minute breaks, pause.
No, because well, you should have told me. I can't hear. I can't see nothing either. Look like her screen came up. I ain't want to be talking, because I can't see her. And I'm talking, and she talking too.
No, you was talking the whole time. She never
So
talked. I was trying to tell you to let her talk,
anyway,
like you talking now. Go ahead.
all right. What the that look like Brenda Boyd said something. What the Cleese Bird look like they said something. Okay, my girl back on. Or is that me again? That's still me. I'm trying to wait and see if she can pop back on.
Well, that don't mean
It's
be
too
quiet
bright out here for me
the
to read the
whole time.
screen.
I got it. I'll read what it say because you not listening. It said, Monique Burns Clee said, what you're saying is so true. However, we as a people know better and should be doing better and not breaking into the prisons. Granted, we have a lot of innocent people in jail. We also have a lot of people who made decisions knowing what the outcome would be. We should be putting our energy into educating our youth to stay out of the penal system. And the second part to her question was, because I've had a brother killed who doesn't get the right to reform from another person's decision to take his life unlawfully.
I'm gonna get to the second part first. All right. When this is over with on June the 15th, starting June 21st, we're going to continue the Tuesday podcast, but the title of it is going to switch over. It's Not Just You. And the reason why we're switching over that is because I want to take people like you that has a story to tell about how you lost your loved one. And the message that I want to give is to these kids before they start to going out here and doing things that can affect the way their loved ones feel. I want y'all to be able to tell y'all stories to maybe it can affect some of them to where maybe they can think about, doing the right thing and staying out of trouble. Because my thing of it is we shouldn't have to be doing all of this, because a lot of this violence and stuff that is going on is because lack of love and lack of love and lack of positive things. And this, not just you, all of those things can start coming together, and that's basically how this no one was sentenced to death, because I started off with it's not just you, but then all of a sudden you get all of these people come. It's real talk. It's more people standing up fighting for prison reform than it is people that's fighting for diversion programs, that's trying to find different alternatives for these kids to grow into and things for these kids to do versus routine. Reality is reality. It's 14 in streets. It's very few programs that are 16 and over. Most programs end at 14. Now, back to your first question. I understand you and I feel you and I feel your pain. But this platform is just designed to talk about the conditions that these young men and women are living in. Some of them are guilty. Some of them are wrongfully convicted. Some of them are over sentenced. But none of them were sentenced to death. and the COVID kills. And the COVID is in the prisons, and it has killed, and it may kill some more. So that's what this platform is about. And I understand how people like you and stuff feel. I ain't fighting to get nobody on charges like that out, and they ain't doing that anyway. They ain't pardoning no murders. I don't think. I don't think they pardoning murderers. People that actually, I don't think so. But you know, no, but I understand you. But that's not what this platform is about. This platform is just about to bring up awareness of the horrible living conditions in our correctional facility. That's all. And some of the bad things that our inmates had to go through. That's all this. That's what all this. That's all this one is for. Anything else interesting, young Nick?
Can you hear me? Rich,
Well,
Rich, can you
can
can
you
can, can
can
you
you
hear?
hear me?
I can hear you. I don't know if Rich he can hear you. Cause
I can hear
yeah,
you now, Mickey.
nah, I know you can hear me now, but I'm
Is
her.
Michelle there?
Yeah, but hers on mute. I can hear you, Michelle, but Rich saying he can't hear you.
But
I'm
okay,
not
but you
muted. It
can
says I'm
hear her,
muted.
right?
Yeah, I can hear
Okay,
you.
can you hear
She
me
hear
now?
me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can Michelle hear me? Can Michelle hear me?
I'm about to send it.
Can Michelle hear me?
I don't know, Rich. If she could, she probably would have said yeah.
Well, anyway, just ask Michelle, and the people can hear Michelle too, right?
Hopefully they can. If
Well,
not, just
ask Mich, but just
not for me.
just ask Michelle to just explain to the people about any upcoming events that we have, and then when she get done, tell me you need me to talk again. Next question.
Like you got like 7 minutes.
Okay.
Mhm. Michelle, Rich said if you got anything to talk about, you can go ahead. But yeah, he said he can hear both. I think hers then froze up. I think hers is froze, Rich. She ain't gonna be able to do it that way. Maybe you can call her up and get the last little 5 minutes out or something because hers is it keep freezing up or something. Just tell her to go out. Maybe you can talk to her on the phone.
Well,
I'm trying to do an easier way because it keep. I don't know what's going on with her. What's in that?
listen, everybody. I'm gonna call Michelle. I'm gonna write down all the events that she has, everything that's a little briefing about what's going on in the state of Michigan, far as all of these stand up against prison reform. I mean, for prison reform, and I'll just let y'all that at 8 o'clock tonight. But y'all make sure y'all tune in at 8 o'clock tonight, cause we got brother Michael Anderson coming on, CFO of no, he the CEO. He ain't no CFO. That's City of Flint. I'm thinking about the other show. CEO of Now Radio. His brother is a heck of a story. I'm praying for their family and many others, and I'm saluting him for his efforts on fighting injustices all around our country. So y'all make sure y'all tune in tonight at 8. And Michelle, we'll get you back on and we can get things straight. Don't worry about it. Peace out, everybody. Nobody was sentenced to death. Thank you.
You can't pull it off. You'll take over the company, the responsible son. Jasper had something that the board won't even blink.
Man,